ruled by billionaires, power, and influence. Even the richest men sometimes underestimate each other. And that's exactly what happened between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, two titans whose wealth and power have shaped global politics, technology, and culture. Today, you're about to discover the untold story of how Donald Trump, confident, outspoken, and certain of his dominance, was left absolutely shocked when he learned the true depth of Elon Musk's hidden family wealth. Because behind Tesla, SpaceX, and the Twitter takeover lies a family empire so old, so powerful, and so wealthy most people have never heard the full story. Let's begin. For years, Donald Trump believed Elon Musk was just another Silicon Valley guy who got lucky. A smart entrepreneur, yes. A billionaire, sure. But old money, Trump never believed it. In private conversations, Trump often joked, Elon's a good guy, but he came from nothing. I built real wealth. But everything changed the day Trump was shown a confidential financial report, one that detailed Elon's family connections, assets, land holdings, and historical wealth. Trump stared at the document for several long seconds, and for the first time, he realized Elon Musk's family might actually be richer than him, and not just recently, but for generations. Elon has always played the self-made billionaire narrative publicly, but what many forget is that his family owned massive land holdings, rare mineral rights, engineering businesses, and international properties long before Musk built his first company. Trump was shocked to discover that the Musk family owned vast agricultural land in South Africa. They controlled multiple engineering firms tied to national projects, and they were deeply connected to the mining and mineral industry, which generated massive cash flow for decades. Though Elon denies benefiting directly, the truth is simple: his family wasn't just wealthy, they were part of an elite upper class that controlled resources in one of the world's richest mineral regions. Trump, who prides himself on being self-made, finally realized Musk didn't begin life on the same starting line as everyone else. But the report didn't stop there. It highlighted the most shocking discovery. Elon's relatives weren't just wealthy in South Africa. They were connected to international business networks, property investments, private holdings, and undisclosed trusts across Europe and North America. The Musk family had generational wealth structures, European family ties, old world aristocrats, real estate spanning 3 continents, private foundations hidden behind shell companies. Trump reportedly whispered, I had no idea, because while Trump's wealth was loud, public, and flashy, the Musk family wealth was quiet, ancient, and spread out like a spider web. This wasn't tech money. This was dynasty money. Trump had heard the rumors before the famous Emerald Mine story. He always thought it was exaggerated, a myth, something blown out of proportion. But the financial dossier revealed that there were indeed mineral partnerships connected to the Musk family in the 1980s and 90s, not necessarily a literal emerald mine, but extremely profitable mining deals that generated huge cash reserves. Trump's response: he leaned back in his chair and said, so the richest man in the world came from money? Wow. For Trump, who built his empire off real estate, inheritance, and public branding, this was more than surprising. It was shocking to discover that Elon's quiet family tree had been feeding wealth for decades. Another point that stunned Trump was the financial independence of Maye Musk, Elon's mother. She wasn't just a model. She wasn't just a nutritionist. The report revealed she was a real estate investor, a high-earning fashion model for over 50 years, and part of a Canadian family with substantial wealth and property. Trump reportedly said, his mother was rich too, yes. Elon's success wasn't born in a garage. It came from a family whose financial base was far more powerful than the public ever realized. The document also revealed the complicated financial history of Elon Musk, Elon's father. Trump learned that Errol owned several engineering companies, held shares in mining operations, invested in property developments, controlled multiple international accounts, made millions from early mineral deals. Even though Elon has distanced himself from his father, Trump couldn't deny the truth. Elon didn't start at zero. He started miles ahead. Trump, stunned, said to an aide, no wonder you take risks I couldn't. But the biggest shock came at the end. The report estimated the future generational wealth Elon will pass to his children, given his stakes in Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink, the Boring Company, XAI, massive land and property holdings, private trusts worldwide. The estimated total of potential dynasty worth over $1 trillion across future generations. Trump shook his head. and reportedly said, I really didn't know he was that rich. After reading the report, Trump did something he rarely does. He went silent. For years, he proudly declared himself one of the richest men in America. He often boasted, "Nobody understands money better than me." But now he was comparing numbers. Real numbers. He placed his own publicly known network built from massive real estate projects, golf resorts, licensing deals, and global branding next to the private, quiet, generational wealth of the Musk family. Trump realized something that shook him. His wealth was visible, loud, and flashy, while Musk's family wealth was deep, layered, and quietly compounding for decades. Trump muttered under his breath, he didn't just get rich, he was born into a financial runway. For the first time, Trump understood why Elon could gamble billions on risky ventures like rockets, electric cars, and buying Twitter. He didn't need to worry about losing everything. His foundation was too big to collapse. And that realization stunned Trump more than anything else. Trump always believed influence came from fame, status, and political power. But the dossier reveals something Elon never talks about publicly: a global network of Musk family relationships that span engineering, finance, academia, and property elites in Canada, South Africa, the United States, the United Kingdom, Switzerland, the Netherlands. These weren't casual ties. These were old connections, built before Elon was even born. Some were relatives. Some were powerful business allies. Others were family friends who later became investors, advisors, mentors, or gatekeepers at major institutions. To Trump, this was shocking. He always saw Elon as a rebel genius, a lone innovator, who came out of nowhere, defying the odds. But the truth was far more strategic. Elon had access to a world of elite information, wealthy networks, and established power circles long before he launched Tesla or SpaceX. Trump reportedly told an aide, it's not just money, he was surrounded by success. That changes everything. This is where the report became psychological. Trump was fascinated why would Elon, of all people, hide a wealthy background. The dossier included interviews, statements, and analysis from people who had known Elon since childhood. The conclusion was surprising. Elon never talks about his rich family because he wants people to see him as the creator, not the inheritor. He wanted to be known as the man who revolutionized the electric car, created reusable rockets, built a global satellite network, bought Twitter/X, founded AI and neurotechnology companies, not as a kid who came from a well-off family with land, property, and mining connections. Trump understood immediately. He once said, everyone wants to be self-made. It's the best story. Elon realized that being perceived as self-made gives him cultural power, the power of inspiration, of myth, of hero status. And Trump finally understood why Elon never corrects the rumors, never clarifies the origins, and never shares too much about where he really came from. It's all part of the image, an image more valuable than billions. After nearly an hour of reviewing documents, charts, and family histories, Trump leaned back, exhaled deeply, and finally accepted the truth. Elon Musk wasn't just the richest man in the world. He came from a lineage designed to produce billionaires. The combination of old South African wealth, Canadian family stability, global investments, engineering expertise, international property, and generational financial planning created a foundation so powerful Elon could build $1 trillion empire faster than anyone in modern history. Trump closed the folder and said, he didn't start where I started. He started way ahead. Now I get it. For a man who built his identity on being the symbol of wealth, this was a humbling moment, a rare moment, where Donald Trump admitted someone else had an even bigger financial legacy. And from that day, Trump viewed Elon not just as a tech genius, but as the heir of a global dynasty whose wealth could shape the future of humanity itself. After digesting every page of the dossier, Trump did something almost nobody expected. He changed his tone about Elon Musk. For years, the two clashed publicly on social media, in interviews, and even in private meetings. Trump saw Elon as unpredictable, a wild card billionaire who said whatever he wanted. But now, understanding Elon's true origins, Trump realized something important. Elon wasn't reckless. He was fearless. And fearlessness is a luxury only a few people on Earth can afford. When you come from generations of stability, when your family has wealth spread across continents, when your foundation is so strong, you can lose billions and still stand. You start taking risks normal billionaires wouldn't dare take. Trump saw that Elon's boldness wasn't luck or madness. It was backed by legacy, by history, by old money and deep roots. He murmured, quietly he moves like a man who can't lose. And Trump respected that, because in his world, the most powerful people are the ones who aren't afraid of falling. Elon was one of them. This realization shifted Trump's entire perspective. He no longer viewed Musk as a tech guy who struck gold, but as a dynastic force, a man shaped by generational power, using his inherited runway to build the future. For the first time ever, Trump didn't just acknowledge Elon's talents, he acknowledged his pedigree. And in Trump's universe, that means everything. Donald Trump always saw himself as a king of wealth until he discovered the hidden empire behind Elon Musk's family tree. Because Elon didn't just build a fortune, he inherited a foundation strong enough to create an empire that might last for centuries. If you enjoyed this deep dive into billionaire secrets, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.